Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Girlfriend's Guide podcast. I'm your host Tati,
I'm your host, Ellie.
and just want to say thank you again for tuning in with us on this beautiful Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever you're listening. We appreciate it. We got some good news earlier last week that we're going to announce soon, but it's something, when like some episodes you've been hearing me and Ellie say, like, y'all, the background work for this, we've been waiting on something. Finally, we got an answer.
It's been
almost 2 years.
It's been 2 years, guys. 2 years. 2 whole years. And finally we have an answer. So we'll have an update for you guys soon.
Exactly. And hopefully this means that this year the podcast can really take off more than just giving you guys audios and videos. We can just do a whole lot more with this change. So we were kind of at it. And like the podcast is only 3 years old. So excuse me. So the fact that we've been waiting on 2 years, like, this is the reason why we haven't done a lot of the things we wanted to do because we couldn't. And so this news should make this whole thing a whole lot easier. It's kind of like, it makes me feel like the beginning, not like we're starting this podcast over, but it's like, oh, finally we can do things again. Like, finally we have something new we can step into. So I'm very excited about that.
I'm really excited too. And I'm like,
yes.
I guess now we can just start planning for like the next chapter of like Girlfriend's Guide. And I feel like timing is amazing because we've been waiting for so long, and it's just like, why has this not been done yet? But finally, who would have thought it would have been 2 years? But I guess there's timing is important. So there's a reason why it is now, and it's finally here. So now I feel like we both have enough time for us, even though we're busy, we have enough time to actually pursue the things that we want for the podcast. Because let's be real, previously in the years before, we both were busy with other things that we had to focus. But now here we are with like, some downtime and time for us to really just focus on the podcast.
So very excited for that. Trying to think catch up wise. Oh, so today we're recording this on a Sunday. This past Thursday I was able to do my first open mic of the year. It went really, really good. I feel like this is one of the first times, like, I was obviously nervous. I don't know if that's really ever gonna go away from me, but I feel like the most comfortable at the same time. Like, the nerves wasn't overtaking me. It was the comfortability of it all. And shout out to Sophie who came out to support. And it's so crazy because I know people come out, like, not saying, oh, they come out for me, but like they do come out, oh, like, I wanted to come see you. And I'm just like, wow, okay. So thank you guys so much for that. Like, that really, really warms my heart. That makes me feel like, okay, girl, keep doing this. Keep performing, keep writing, because people are actually coming out to support you. So thank you guys to everyone who came out. It was a great night. Shout out to all the other poets, all the other people who signed up for open mic. I think it's really cool that it was in Brockton, but still, like, I still say Boston. Like, just Brockton, Boston, just the area of Black people in Massachusetts that we can get together and do things like this, because I feel like Boston is known for being whack and known for not having places for people of color to come together, be vulnerable. Like, if it's not the club, then what is it, So shout out to DJ H. He was one of our guests within, I think, the first year of our podcast, also one of our Melanin Mondays, for putting that event together. We really appreciate it. And keep an eye out for more performances from me. Follow Tati's _testimony to be updated. And yeah, that was really it for my week.
Let's talk about the second poem that Tati performed. So if you haven't seen the second poem, if you go on Tati's testimonies, that means you gotta go follow Tati's testimonies. We'll put it in the drop down. So the second poem, Miss Tati J, why don't you tell us about the second poem?
So it's called So Easy. This was written like probably 3 weeks ago based off of a situation that happened. If you listen to the poem, you can guess what happened in the situation. This is also a situation that I am currently working through, and you guys will get all the tea when I am out of the situation and can and can talk about it. Nobody's heartbroken or anything. It's not that deep, but things happen. So you guys will get an update on that once I feel like I am able to reflect on it, understand it a little bit more, process it. Then I'll let you guys know. But if y'all want a glimpse of what happened, the poem So Easy says it all. Because sometimes men have it so easy and still mess it up.
They fumble the
They
bag.
still fumble the most guaranteed thing. So there's that. But yeah, so like I said, the episode will be coming soon. But if you want a little sneak peek of that episode, honestly, when that episode drops, I'll probably drop that poem on the Girlfriend's Guide page as well. But if, like I said, don't know when I'm going to record that episode. So if you want a sneak peek, it is on Tati's Testimonies. So,
and I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that because I think a lot of people have gone through certain situations similar to that. So it's like even me listening to that poem, just like, come on.
Like,
That
come
right
on.
there, it's just like, come on, how are you gonna fumble a bag that's
How?
just right there, right in front of you? But hey,
Right
like I
in front of
always
you.
said,
You're
you might be an amazing woman, but you're just not that woman for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel like
go ahead.
me and Ellie always say this, we're better friends. Like, not saying we're not good girlfriends or anything, but it's always the guys, oh, I don't want anything serious, da 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 da. I don't need any more friends.
Yeah.
And then things come to an end, but they want the friendship.
Right.
So it's just like...
I was talking to my cousin this Friday, right? And it's always amazing because this cousin, I didn't grow up with her. She's out of state, but we were catching up and we were both talking about our relationships. And I was like, yeah, I think like I'm a great girlfriend. I think that I am. And she's like, no, I'm not in a relationship with you, but I know you are. And I was like, girl, thank you. I can confirm that. And it's just like, when you think of like situations like that, it's just like, you know that you can be, like I said in the previous episodes of friendship, how you are in friendships really show how you can be to someone in a relationship. Like Tati was saying, we always said this to guys, we are amazing friends. And that's the thing. We're so hard we're that great girl that you don't want to lose, but you don't know how to treat well.
Yeah.
It don't make sense. Like, we're literally that great girl that you want to be around. Like, even when we try to end things, no, you want to stick around because it benefits you. It's not benefiting me. And I remember from Love is Blind, what's her name? The one that, like, the black guy. And then she was telling her mom how, he wants to still see me and wants me to be around. And her mom was like, so how does he benefit you? Like, what does he do for you? And then she really thought about it. And she's just like, really? Like, I can't be his friend anymore because he doesn't benefit me and he doesn't treat me how I want to be treated. It's just, I'm a great friend to him. And we always said this, like, you can be such a great friend to a guy, but as long as he's not benefiting you, sis, that's wasting your time. You gotta go cut him out.
But other than that, you know, it's so funny because he called me yesterday. We were talking on the phone, and then he was like, "Oh, I seen you. People reposting you and stuff, and you performing." Okay, I was like,
"You better see. You better see. You better see." That's me, Tati J. Tati J. You see me on platforms like that, but best believe you're gonna see me on larger platforms.
Period, poo.
And then you're gonna be thinking, "Ooh, I fumbled that bag." He already knows that, but.
He does. But we cool. We friends right now. We cool. So
right now.
Anyway, right now, who knows what the future is gonna bring? But right now, we cool. We friends. No hatred. So this week's episode, I feel like we always record in advance because that's just the way our life needs to be. So by the time you guys hear this is probably going to be old news or more things have developed on these topics. But I'm going to use this episode to kind of catch up on pop culture, the media, what's going on, who's dating who's doing what. So we are starting off with a couple I hate to talk about.
I already know who you're going to talk about. I don't want to talk. Is it who is it?
Khloe and Tristan?
What's up with them?
You thought it was Blueface and Krishan?
Yeah, I thought it was Blueface and Krishan.
No, I'm not talking about them. And the only reason I'm talking about Khloe and Tristan because she recently, earlier this month, we're still in March when we're recording this, it was Tristan's birthday. And she did this whole social media post about him. Like, oh, you're such a great father, da 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 da. And then she went, happy birthday, baby daddy.
Everyone's baby
Ew.
daddy.
You're making me throw up in my. And
Happy
I used
happy
to ride for
birthday. Happy
Khloe.
birthday to everyone's baby daddy.
Yo, happy birthday to everyone's man.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like it comes to a certain point where the HBD text could have just been sent. There's no need to publicly acknowledge this man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even, sorry, my voice, I'm kind of getting over a cold. It's not even, I'm doing it for the kids. The kids don't care if you post him. You're doing it for you. Like, why? This man, and you know what's so messed up? The first picture in the slideshow was him, his first son, Prince,
Mm-hmm.
True, and a baby. When I saw the baby, I was like, oh my gosh, is that the side baby? Because in my mind, I forgot about him
The
and
other
him and
baby.
Chloe's baby. That's how much that whole situation took away from your own son's birth that I'm thinking you're posting the side baby, not your own baby.
Wait, that's their surrogate baby?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I forgot about the surrogate baby.
and
Because I'm thinking about the side baby.
but of course we forgot about it because they didn't publicize it because there was so much issues. Because
Drama.
there's the side baby and the
Exactly.
baby.
They have ghetto twins.
But here's the thing about being a celebrity. I don't understand being a celebrity because I am not.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan and Khloe's relationship is very difficult. I don't understand. The Kardashians are already just media because I don't know who Tristan is to Khloe. But what the media sees Tristan is a terrible guy that treats Khloe just really bad. Because on top of that, I don't know if this is true, but I was reading that she has like these brain, like she has like seizures and stuff. Like, is it seizures?
She basically she went to this brain person who like did a graph of the brain, and basically said because of her emotional trauma in life, not necessarily because of Tristan, but we know Tristan for a big part. It's like she basically has the brain damage of someone who like had multiple concussions.
Right.
Basically, she's damaged in the brain.
Her brain is damaged.
Yes.
So what
and this proves it.
Yes, what we know of the relationship is that he's cheated several times. Several times. And now you have a condition due to all this cheating.
Yeah.
Where do you draw, for me as a woman, I'm like, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line as a respect to yourself? Because I can understand that is the father of your child. You want to still show him respect. But where do you draw the line for yourself? Have boundaries for yourself. Because if I saw myself in that situation, everyone's different. Happy birthday text. That's it. Thank you for being an amazing father. But I don't know where this relationship, you just thank you for giving me another baby. Thank you. That's it. But I'm not going to allow you to hurt me anymore because I'm just seeing that she's just not drawing the line and creating a boundary for this man not to hurt her again.
Everyone's saying, "Oh, his mom just died. His mom just died. Rest in peace. Rest in peace." I don't care enough to put yourself grieving in front of me because how many times have you caused me to grieve?
She needs to know how to set boundaries because even after his mom had passed away, it's like, how can I show up for this man but still protect my peace? I could not imagine being cheated on several times and not try to know how to set boundaries for myself, not to get hurt. It's not making sense. It's not adding up.
It's the side baby for me, and it will always be that for me. And
it's the constant posts of I'm sorry. You are disrespecting me in front of several people. This is embarrassing.
Millions of people.
And
the thing is for you to do it publicly, and then for me to go on my phone, pick out pictures from my photo albums, go on Instagram, type this and say, happy birthday, baby dad, and click post. to the same millions of people you've embarrassed me in front of?
And
No.
and the thing is that I don't know people's financials, but they did a breakdown of Tristan's finance. And honey,
You
baby
don't got
boy,
Kardashian money.
you don't
You
got
don't got
Kardashian
Kardashian.
money. And second of all, you don't got money to be paying for these what is it, child
Kids
support. You
sure
don't.
don't.
So it's just like,
Because you offered the side baby what $70,000 and say I'll never be in the life he was like, yeah, I'm not playing basketball after this, so you might as well take it, sir.
you know how embarrassing this is the thing. If I'm your first baby mama, just always respect me. Because all the other
Well,
ones, if
Khloe's not the first; she's the second.
is she the second? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just respect your baby mamas, because
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm always gonna be associated with you. Like, people are
With
always gonna
you.
see, oh, that's so and so's baby mama, you know? So if you
Yeah.
disrespect another baby mama, everyone, especially if I'm a famous person, a celebrity, everyone's like, oh, I don't even know all his baby mama's name. I just know Khloe. I'm just like, oh, Khloe's baby daddy. Because
And
when
that's
she
the
was like,
thing.
oh, I'm not even going to be in the baby's life, so and so, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, damn, Khloe. I'm not even thinking about
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
not even thinking about the baby mama. I'm like, Khloe, because even like Nick Canyon, whatever Nick Canyon does now, I don't know all his baby mamas. I just think of a Mariah. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Mariah,
Mariah didn't sign up for this.
Mariah,
Mariah. But
because
here's my thing. As Khloe, him, and it's true, he did not want the baby. He offered her hush money. He said he's not going to be part of the baby's life. Khloe, as a mother, I am looking at you with such disgust. As like, if I'm Khloe, I'm looking at Tristan like, yes, you had a baby on me, but you made that choice to sleep with her. How dare you not be involved in that child's life?
right.
I can't even respect you as a man because now you're putting it. So now what, True's gonna grow up knowing that she has a brother and her dad's not involved in her brother's life? Like, what kind of man are you already? So now
Right.
you're gonna be a horrible fiance, a horrible husband, or now you're gonna be a horrible father added onto that? No, I can't.
But also,
I
they need to
can't.
know that every decision that they make is documented. True's gonna grow up knowing all of
This.
this. And
I'm
I'm sure she's
embarrassed.
gonna love her dad the same
Yeah.
way. But at the same time, just like, and God forbid, like, the guy that ends up dating True is just like, yo, your daddy was messed up.
You're
Like,
ready, shit.
be the example you want for your daughter. Be the example
Your
you
daughter
want a
can never
man.
respect you.
You want a man to treat your daughter. That is,
So that whole situation. And then it was her best friends, Malika and Khadijah, the twins that played in ATL. Their birthday was maybe like a week before Tristan's. They had a big party. Why was Tristan at the party? Where are the boundaries?
yeah,
Because I ain't gonna hold you. God forbid, Ellie, if you're Khloe and I'm your best friend, I don't care if you forgive him. I really don't care. It's my party and it's my space, he's not coming.
Yeah.
You don't want to put boundaries for yourself? That's cool. I'm putting boundaries for myself.
Yeah.
Why is he here?
I'm not
Why?
inviting him. Like, sis, if you break up, one thing I already don't like to do with my friends is follow your mans. I don't like following the pronunciations in this episode. I don't like following my friends. I can give it a few, maybe a year. I'll give you an anniversary.
Yeah.
Because it's just the whole like, y'all break up, I gotta unfollow. My loyalty is to my friend. I gotta
Why are
unfollow.
you here? Like, why are you at my best friend? And the thing is not why Chloe knows clearly, but it's like, why are these boundaries? And it's not, this is the father of my child. He can be the father of your child and just be that. But now he's the father of your child. That's it. And I understand over the years, like co-parenting, if you guys can, some people have amazing co-parenting relationships where when they pick up their kid, they pick up the sibling that's not even theirs too. Great. It's too fresh.
Yeah.
It's too fresh for this. No, it's too much. And yes, you lost your mother. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You probably should have been a better human.
Yeah.
But not that that's the reason, but you should have been a better human to know that God forbid something happens to you, you have the safety net of my family, but you decided to spit in everyone's faces.
But who knows? Maybe Khloe has set the boundaries for her emotions. And that's how she's allowing him to come around. But who knows? But that's like my hope and prayer for her, that she has set the boundaries for her emotionally to allow this man to go around. Because let's be real, she just had a new baby, and that's the father of the baby. So obviously, to make life a little easier, you want that person to be around to
Yeah.
help around. So at this point,
Understandable.
things are going to be 10 times harder for her to even try to have them not remove, but like really have boundaries, because True's a little older where,
Yeah. You could
drop
yeah.
him off at dad's house. But with a
Mhm.
baby, it's kind of hard because babies are very hands on.
Yeah.
So,
But you
and,
don't gotta be at
and,
my best friend's
and you
birthday
know what's
party.
so
I don't need to
sad?
shout you out on social media. I don't need to do all of that.
But,
You don't need to come to my nieces and nephews' basketball games. Like, yeah, I don't care if you're an NBA star. I don't care. You
but
don't
you
need to
know,
come. Like,
but you know what's really hard is that so many scenarios has led to the surrogate baby. Like, he had so many chances to make things okay, because it's just like there's a surrogate baby and now there's a baby. The age gap is not adding up. Now you got to explain to the
not
kids.
even a year. Not even a year.
So it's just like you already, because I felt bad for Khloe, because it's like she wanted to have another
Mhm.
baby. Now she's having another baby. She can't break it off with. It's like on purpose he's putting her in these situations because she can't get away
He
from
did.
him. Because it's like now you're having a surrogate baby. I can't just be like, oh, okay, let's cancel the baby.
But that's exactly what he did. And that's why I'm just kind of like, I'm so sorry. I just feel, and I pride myself on being such a good person. And God has forgiven me time and time again, but I am not God.
Mm-hmm.
I am not God. And that is the most like, I think he needs to be in a mental institution because that is the most manipulative.
Not a
And
mental institution.
like, I can't understand how someone can be that sick in the brain to know you're having a baby on the way and still let her go through with this whole surrogacy situation.
I it's every because the Kardashians have so much power. I don't know how Khloe is treating him. I'm only seeing one side of the story, and I'm just taking Chloe's side automatically. I'm a woman,
Yeah,
so I'm taking one side
yeah,
until what's his name, Tristan could come forward and be like, "I've been manipulated. I've been mistreated."
yeah.
No, you are wrong for treating a woman like this. This is
Hmm.
terrible.
Hmm.
How do you feel? On top of that, the first embarrassment is with the fact that you had a whole situation with Kylie's best friend,
Mm.
someone who was a member of the family. You might as well had just kissed Kylie.
At this point, at this point,
Sir, it's just, if you say you love this woman, she's the mother of your child. Why are you treating her like that? That's why I do agree when you mention the mental institution. mm, it's
something's
not
wrong.
it's not even mental institution. I'm gonna say this, and black men, if you're listening to this, you can be upset with me, but I'm not even gonna say the whole nigga shit. None of that.
Mm.
Y'all need to go to therapy.
1,000%.
It is 100% therapy. I really do believe it has to do with therapy. If this man, I don't know, maybe he is going to therapy, but sometimes it's not only therapy.
Yo,
There's
you
like
need a new one.
psychiatrists.
Yes,
There's
man, medication.
there is a difference between therapists. I show up to my therapist because I have minor. I say I have minor. Like, I just need to talk to somebody, and somebody needs to tell me
Yes,
what's going on. But
yes.
there are situations, like even for my anxiety, I'm like, I need to see a psychiatrist because
Mhm.
my therapist can't. I don't think she can help me with that. But
Yeah.
it's just like a lot of guys, y'all traumas are so deep,
Mm.
too
It's
deep.
giving
It's
medication.
giving medication. It's giving, yeah, serious help,
And the
because
thing
you're
is,
hurting the people that you
you
love.
love. And here's the thing, and I don't even like to speak on the dead, but I don't know what his relationship was with his mom with all of this happening. But
Yeah.
if I'm Tristan, once I'm
Hmm.
so ashamed that my mom passed away and she's seen me hurt women like this. My mom, who gave everything to me, who did all of this, and she's seen me hurt. Like, I'm pretty sure Tristan's mom sat down with him, was just like, "What are you doing?" at some point. And then to know that this
Yeah.
is this is the image. I mean, granted, did you redeem yourself? I don't really know because the baby isn't even a year old yet. But like,
This
this is
this
still
is
fresh.
this is
This is the image your mom had of
he
you.
is in his season of redemption. I am going to give this man. I am not God. So that's between him and God. But as someone watching from the outside, I'm going to give Tristan this time to see what he does.
And I only think he would redeem himself because of the grieving of his mother that possibly could be a wake-up call. But at the same time, sometimes a wake-up call is too late, bro.
It's too late. God forbid. And here again, God forbid, perfect example, P. Diddy. C'est après. It's after Kim
Yeah.
died. Kim, I love you. Kim, I this. Kim, I that.
You were the one for me.
You're the one for me. Kim, where was that all before she was gone?
Sometimes it's almost disrespectful to do it when you know you can't make a change because you have how long to make the change.
You expecting Kim to come from the dead? Yeah,
oh,
Diddy.
I forgive you.
I forgive you. I'm here. Is there a sense of communication there? Like that would hurt me to know that I hurt someone so badly that that person is gone and I didn't get a chance to say that. It's terrible. It's really bad. And I'm just praying because everyone is dealing with their own battles and everyone has their own personal battles. And I don't know what his personal battles are. But honestly, it's just like, I hope that
he's too grown not to be making changes. So I don't even care what his battles and traumas are because at this age, it comes to a point where you realize you're fucked up. So do something about it.
Yeah, really do something about it.
That's what it
do
just comes to. He's in his 30s. Like, what are you doing?
Is a surrogate baby a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
Okay. Yeah, be an example. Be an example for your son. Be an example for your daughter. Be an example.
Because now you got 3 sons now.
Because now, if I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, if my dad is treating my mom like this, I should accept a man to treat me like this.
Yep.
What kind of example it is? And I don't know if you guys have seen this new show on Hulu called Unprison.
Yes. I just binged it. So good. Kerry Washington.
Good.
Shout out to you.
Kerry Washington, she's doing her thing.
Yes, I love seeing her in this role too.
And the guy, respect to him. The swag, everything about him. I'm like, okay. He's very, very nice, old, handsome man. Okay.
Handsome older man,
and watching that is just like a lot of men, you really need to sit down with yourself now. And I'm going to say it again, therapy. This episode is becoming a therapy episode for men.
Yeah.
Therapy, because you are going to have sons and daughters. And you don't want your past to affect them in their life and in their future and every decision that they make. And for men, it is very important when you have daughters, the kind of examples that you give them, because that's what they're going to accept in their life. If you never give them love because you don't know how to give love, if you don't know how to treat women and you don't know how to treat them, that's the kind of men that they're going to accept. They're going to accept men that treat them like shit. Even when the right guy comes around and the right guy is like, I'm going to treat you right, I'm going to do this, and it is a good guy, they're not going to want to accept it because all they know for the rest of their life is a guy that treats them terribly.
Yep.
And that's the kind of guy they're going to like, and that's not the kind of guy for them. And you know the only reason why they're going to accept that is because you were showing other women the same kind of treatment, and that's what they can see, and that's what they're going to accept.
Exactly.
Mercy.
Well, moving on from this debacle, Tristan and Khloe,
that was a full episode.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I have 4 things. We're gonna skip one. If we have time in the end, we'll go back to it, but we're gonna skip one. So today is March 26th, and this just happened fresh yesterday. Johnathan Majors being arrested for battery against a woman. Now, as of right now, nothing is confirmed in the sense of, yes, he did it. He claims he's innocent. But from the story I read was actually his girlfriend. And I've heard through the rumors that his girlfriend is white. Can't confirm nor deny.
Am I wrong for saying? Am I shocked? Am I shocked? Yeah, am I shocked? Am I wrong for saying that?
No, because Michael B. Jordan, besides Lori, has
the moment I saw that, and I was just like, I read in the Shade Room comments, someone's like, "Is she wealthy?" Because they put the Is she
But I
white?
also do want to say, whether she's white or not, that doesn't take away from, if this really happens, her
Yes,
claims.
yes.
That does
Right,
not take
right.
away if
Exactly.
she's truly a victim. So I guess the story is that they were in a car and a text was on his phone that probably shouldn't have been on his phone. She tried to grab the phone to see it, and then he got aggressive, ended up hitting her, strangling, all this nut stuff.
Mercy.
Like I said, we don't know if this is true. Two sides of this because we don't know what's true. If this is true, damn my nigga, why? And if this is true, and when I say is this true, I'm talking about, yes, the allegations of him physically assaulting a woman. Also, though, the truth about it being because of something on his phone shouldn't be on his phone as someone who's in a relationship. If that part is true, and when I say this all the time, it's not just about the cheating. Like, niggas, you guys need to have self discipline. But because you guys, and like I said, this is only if the other half of it is true. And even if it's not, I'm talking in general. You guys lose so much in life without,
The
just because you can't
discipline.
be honest and leave your girl, or you can't have the discipline enough to be faithful.
Mm.
Because if this is true, this man was on top. The past 3 months has just been Johnathan Majors. Johnathan, like, he was on his rise. And if
He was the chosen one. That's why someone said he was the
literally,
chosen one.
literally, and and he reminded me of Chadwick, not only because of the whole Michael B. Jordan and him bromance, but because Chadwick was on a run where you just saw Chadwick everywhere, and then he became
Hmm.
the new boom. Same thing with Michael, now him, and it's just kind of like, if this is true, literally you not being able to be faithful or tell the truth to your girl led to your demise. This just shows you how one decision, when you think it's only affecting one person, can literally be a downfall and a downward spiral for your life. And I'm not saying this, oh, niggas don't cheat because of this, but literally, look how that happened. All because of what? You wanted pussy?
Right.
Like, what was the reason? And look where
But
that led you to.
looking at history, let's be real. Most of the guys, celebrities that got caught cheating, they had to have a major comeback by just being faithful because it really just
Mhm.
led them to like certain situations that they lost brand
Yeah.
sponsorships, they lost this, they lost that, and
He
rest in
already
peace.
lost one today. He lost a brand spot. I just seen him before, like something, a commercial about, I think, the army or something. He just lost that deal.
Yeah, and things
Like,
like this is no joke. Like, for example, Chris Brown, still today, Chris Brown is still dealing with the assault
yeah.
of Rihanna. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
can't even like perform at the VMAs or anything like
Hey,
that.
hey. Granted, Chris Brown, I always go back and forth with him because it's kind of like, Carucci had a restraining order against him. There were
Yeah,
allegations of abuse there. So it's
get
like with
help,
him,
get your
it seems
help.
to be a repeated pattern of him either abused physically, but also I feel like people also don't count the mental abuse because he had a whole baby on Carucci. Like, that is something people don't talk about either because it's not as important, I feel like people think. But it's just like, I feel like Chris Brown continues to slowly dig his grave. Not saying he doesn't deserve forgiveness for certain things, but when it's a pattern, how can we really defend? But Jonathan
He did
Majors,
receive major, and I think in his career he did receive major like people, the community, the black
accepted
community.
him again.
Yes, it did accept him
Yeah,
again
no, yes.
for what
That's what I
happened,
think.
but I give credit to Rihanna though, because
Yeah.
I think the situation
She
happened
forgave
and Rihanna's
him.
like, I'm gonna focus on myself, because Rihanna could have dragged that and decided to
To this
destroy it.
day, she could still drag that if she
She got,
wanted to. But
but
what is
I
she
don't
doing?
think she ever
She
talked about it.
doesn't.
I don't think she even did like a
She
sit
got
down.
back with him.
Yeah, I don't think she did even a media sit down. Let me tell you about what happened, blah, blah,
She
blah,
did
blah.
with Oprah,
But,
but she said she forgave him. And I
right,
think that's what helped a lot of people forgive him.
right. Yeah. But
So,
with this Jonathan
Majors.
Majors, there's a Jonathan Majors, right?
John Mayer.
John Mayer. Jonathan Mayer, Jonathan Majors. Anyway, with his situation, I'm going to say this. I hope people, if it is true, because we don't know.
If.
If it
Allegedly, we
is,
don't know.
yes, if it is true, I am very disappointed.
Very.
very, very,
Very.
very, very disappointed. And I am in the middle because I am not going to accept it until there's proof.
Yes.
Like, okay, he didn't do it. That's why I want to see, like, proof that he didn't do it, because
Proof that he
right
didn't do it.
now, to me, it's in the middle. Like, he did it and he did it. He did it and he didn't do
I'm
it.
not for him. I'm not against
I'm
him.
not
I'm
against
just
him.
waiting for the
But
facts.
if he did do it just over a text message and you cheated and this is what you're doing to your career, I'm really disappointed. Like, I don't
Really,
have the words to even explain.
really
Black
disappointed.
men, you are
Do better.
given you are given success.
You had
You had
everything
everything. Like, you could literally success was at your door,
at your door, and then
and
this,
you decided to pick temptation, and you decided to fall under all these
and
things
here we are.
just like
And
that.
here we
I'm
are.
pretty sure this is all we're gonna hear. The scandal, whatever brand, whatever movie he had coming up, whatever,
Right?
it's gonna affect him so
But the
much.
thing is, his team is doing a good job because the way this already should be blown up, it's not as blown up as it should. His team is doing his whoever he got, they're doing good in the
Yeah,
sense of, like I said, it's not being blown up. But if it is true, I want it to be blown up. I want people to know, like, I want you to suffer for doing this. And if it's not true, homegirl, she needs to go to court too because I want people to understand the reason me and Ellie are like in the middle is because over time, especially when it comes to I'm not gonna say white women accusing black men, women accusing black men, women accusing men in general, but women in general accusing black men, we know that women lie as well. We know that there unfortunately not every situation is the truth. And that as a black man can hurt you so much when it's not true. So this is why, not to take away from the woman's story to discredit her, but to see both sides and knowing that there's a right and a wrong and there's
yeah,
a truth and a lie, and we just don't know what's out here yet. So
right,
like I
exactly.
said, by the time this episode comes out, probably more details were to come. And if it is true, well, Johnathan, you had your nice 3-week, 4-week run and it's over. At least for now.
Now, I haven't seen Creed 3 yet. Now I'm
Me
gonna sit
either.
down the whole time watching Creed 3 like, Jonathan, this is what
Now
you
I'm
do.
gonna sit down, watch this man box, and be like, he hit her. Like your character that you just played
Yeah.
is a man who knows how to fight, and so for you to be now
Yes.
caught up in a DV
Yes.
scandal, that don't look good, boo.
That's the first thing I thought. I'm like, this fighting
Because we
man.
know you were training for
Yeah.
that role.
Yeah.
That don't look good.
That's the thing that with success comes a lot of like
Temptation.
temptation. When you enter into, that's why they always say, when you ask God for something, you ask God to open all these doors for you. Ask Him to prepare you for the things that you're going to
Yeah,
receive. Like
yeah.
this success that is coming his way. To be honest, I didn't know him before. I think there's like he did a pilot movie, like I think Air Force
Oh, maybe.
movie.
I know he was
I
in Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, I've seen him in certain trailers, but I didn't really know who he was. I'm like, oh, a black
Yeah,
man. Great,
yeah,
awesome, love it. But now that I'm seeing him more associated with someone I know, Michael B. Jordan, I'm like, okay, I
yeah.
like this chemistry. I like
I
this bromance
know.
that I'm seeing.
It
And
gave us Michael and Chadwick. It just
yes,
kind of like Michael has a new buddy. He has a new
yes,
friend.
yes. And now I'm looking at him like, come on, like the success was given to you. How could you have dealt with it differently?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
could you? Ugh,
Oof. Like I said, we don't know what's true. I hope it's not true. And if it's true, I pray for that woman.
I
Whether
do.
it was the girlfriend who, no matter who she was to him, I pray for her because I can't even imagine what that's like. So,
Yeah.
we'll see as the story continues to develop. But like I said, his team is doing a good job of keeping it under wraps.
Yeah. To me, I don't know if it's bad saying. I keep saying in this episode because especially with podcasts, I don't want people to be, oh, she wrong for that. Cancel,
Yeah,
cancel. To
right.
me, I'm praying it's not true.
Same.
And if it's not true, as a as a woman, we need to stop doing this.
As a woman, there needs to be jail time for that now. At this
Yes.
point, stop playing with people's
We need to
lives.
stop playing with people's life, especially
Stop,
especially black. And
especially
I
black
know it's
men.
like, yeah, what about white men? I'm just saying with black
Yeah,
men's
but
life,
I'm black,
because
so I rap for black men
yeah,
harder.
period.
So yeah,
That's
black men.
those are my men.
Yeah,
And if it is true,
Johnathan, you gotta pay that price, bro.
black men,
There's no defending. You gotta pay that price.
black men from just history in general, we've seen so many black men just have setbacks from this. We need to
Yeah.
learn from them.
Do better.
Do
Talk to your
better.
friends, bro. Talk to your friends. Do better. And I'm just kind of like, and I know Michael over here looking at his phone like, damn, my nigga.
Because now,
Me? Like, I already was in the middle of this whole Lori Harvey white girl situation. Now we friends, and now you got me entangled in this.
you represent me.
You represent
my
me.
friends. You represent me when you.
You represent me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we were over here taking pictures like this. People was calling us gay and stuff like that, and you were still my nigga.
Yeah.
And now you're doing
like,
this.
if Tati's acting stupid in Boston, my name's still associated with Tati.
Like, you know that girl, Ellie's partner from Girlfriend's Guide?
That's what I'm like, Tati, get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together. And like I said in last episode, don't be afraid to call your friends out.
Yes.
Don't be afraid. Yes. Don't care if you're hurting their feelings. Call them out on the ish. And we've had certain scenarios with friendships. We call our friends out on their ish. If their feelings hurt, deal with it, baby. But at least I know that I'm doing my part as your friend, and I'm letting you know where you're wrong.
Yep.
It's for the best. It's for you.
I
care for you, and I don't want to see you hurt.
I just hope, like I said, whatever is true, whatever is not, whoever's involved in the situation is getting the help that they need. And that's it. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Now, moving on. Next one. And this one, a lot of people may not know. This, I feel like, I feel like a lot of guys, if you're listening to this episode, you're probably not going to know this. But, as you're on TikTok, if you follow her, we've seen the controversy. Any given Sunday.
Oh, Annie!
So,
that's my older sister.
Annie is a TikToker. Pretty up there. Not like the major influencers, but I feel like she's getting there and people know her enough. And she is also a lawyer. Just graduated law school not too long ago and is in her first corporate law job. Now, mind you, TikTok, you can do whatever you want, but hers is more beauty and lifestyle and not racy, not raunchy, not sexual, nothing like that. Like if she's gonna do, some girls who do get ready with me's and they're in a bra and underwear short set, which is nothing wrong with that, but she's not even like that. So there's really nowhere where you can be like, oh, this is inappropriate, in my opinion, with her TikTok page. So I guess, and she just turned 28, and then literally a couple of days after, I guess someone from a competing law firm saw her TikTok and was just kind of like, basically, how the hell is she a lawyer doing all of this? She must be busy, but yet she has time to do all of this. So that person, that snitch, that hater, that Judas, literally went to her law firm where she worked and snitched on her. And she was called into a meeting. It was just kind of like, they're questioning her work ethic in the sense of, how do you have time to do all of this, but you're supposed to be working here, you're supposed to be doing all this. Mind you, she's getting her work done on time, never got called into the office saying her work wasn't on time or was lack thereof or anything. And I guess there's a policy in her law firm where they can't moonlight, aka make money from outside of that specific job. Which, number one, now that I'm going to go into my contract and stuff, I got to see that, because you can't tell me I can't work somewhere else.
Yeah.
You can't dictate, because what if the lifestyle I live, you're not paying me enough? Yeah. Like, who are you to tell me I can't work somewhere else?
In this day and age, companies need to start reviewing their policies, because as we know, this day and age is all media.
It's all media.
All media. Everyone... Basically, she lives in New York. In New York, you need 5 different jobs. So y'all think that her first year of law, you're paying her enough?
And not even that. And here's where it comes into this dilemma of, what you put on social media can affect your 9 to 5, blah, blah, blah. And I go back and forth with this because you guys hear me on this podcast. I'm swearing, I'm being real, I'm being myself. I don't feel like if I'm choosing something to do, it's not like I'm clocking in. If this is like, me and Ellie are our own bosses in this sense. So if I'm my own boss, I'm not censoring myself. Because who am I answering to? Myself. So I'm not censoring myself. So I just feel like, so now I have my 9 to 5, and if they stumble upon this podcast, they may feel like, well, what you're saying is offensive. What if your patients do this? What if your patients see this? What are they going to feel? And they possibly could have the right to fire me. But I just feel like it's none of your business.
Right.
If I'm not coming on here and I'm not giving advice as a medical professional, if I'm not saying where I work, if I'm not, no one knows anything about what I do or where I do my job, then why does it matter to you?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like I'm coming into work with those same views being uncensored or anything like that. So why does it matter? Then again,
they just hate seeing a woman win because they already knew, and she already told them that she had a TikTok. So what changed?
She shouldn't even have to say that.
What changed is that you saw that I was doing so well at the company. You saw that I was doing so well on TikTok. That's what it was, basically.
Like, what's wrong with you? And I honestly, and here's my thing. And maybe when, God willing, I am an entrepreneur and I have business and I have employees, maybe I'll see it differently. But once I clock out, I clock out.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not bringing it into this building, if I'm not bringing it into my 9 to 5, even when those nurses got in trouble because they were saying their icks about nursing and they got fired, I think that was a little bit too much. I think suspension, but you were doing that in the workplace. So I can understand. If I'm not bringing anything of this into work that's showing my job or myself in a negative manner, mind your business. That's how I feel it. But then
your business.
I can't speak because if you're a Trumper and you're saying ignorant stuff about Black people and you're coming into work and then HR finds out about that, can they fire you for that? I don't know. Will they? I don't know. But do I think that's a fireable offense? I'm Black, I'm biased. Yeah. But realistically, your political views, as long as it's not impacting your job, shouldn't really affect your job. But me being biased, I'm like, fire them. But you see, so it's hard. But I feel like she was wrongly, well, she resigned because she kind of felt like she had no choice.
As she should.
As she should, because God forbid this ever happens to me. Give me that choice and I'm out and I'm walking out on faith. Because the fact that we're even having this conversation, the fact that she even fixed your mouth to tell me what I'm doing outside of work, which is completely appropriate, not affecting my job in any sense. When no one knows where she works, they just know she's a lawyer. Yeah. That's it. And, like, you know how many law firms there are?
And you know the sad thing about it is that one thing I love about her is that she's so disciplined. If you see any, she's waking up at 5:30, going to hit the gym. After she comes back, she's always writing, talking about how she plans out her content. She plans out, she's doing law work. There's times she's posted that she's working late at night doing law work. Her law firm should be embarrassed.
And she's so grateful. She's not gonna bash them.
You know what's the crazy thing is that if she ever listens to this, I think God really saw the potential in her.
Yes.
I know that God really saw the potential in her, and God saw all that she could do.
And was just like, this is stopping your blessing.
And you know what's the crazy thing? I don't know her as a lawyer, but I could tell she really loved what she was going to end up doing, like working in law. And I could see her doing both. And I think her law firm really lost a great lawyer.
They messed up. People in the comments were thinking like, okay, well, you know what? Like, and even with me and Ellie, we had a hard time, and we're kind of really back on this hunt, to be honest, of finding a lawyer that is for this type of lifestyle. That's for like the influencing, the podcast. And I feel like because this world is growing, we don't have a lot of lawyers already in this. And people in her comments were just like, yo, like, you know, this could be a change. Like, maybe you should be a lawyer for influencers.
Yes.
Girl, if you are looking for clients, we have a podcast. We are looking for a lawyer. We're going to tag her in this. Like, you never know. We're shooting our shot with you, sis.
Yeah.
We're looking for one. But yeah, so I just feel like maybe, like, I think she should dedicate the next 6 months of her life to the influencing and then seeing how she can incorporate that with her passion for law, and guarantee it's going to work.
Yes.
It's going to work. And I really do think, like you said, God was just like, oh, you have so much, but this 9 to 5, everyone thinks of a 9 to 5 as their main. It's like, no, this needs to become your side, or this needs to be incorporated with this lifestyle that you're living together. There's no more separate lives. We need it in one.
And God's funny because it's like, it happened right after she turned 28 or around her 28th birthday. God's like, if you were praying for a blessing, this is your blessing. Receive it.
Receive it.
I'm so happy for her. And I know as much as she's receiving all these like comments, like, I'm so proud of you, sis. I know that she's still dealing with what she really wanted to do, you know? So, I just hope and pray that, you know, she accepts the next 6 months or the next 5 months or 4 months. She really focuses on herself and figure out what she really wants to do, and allow God to use her and guide her through the path that she wants to do in life.
Yes, 1,000%. I really do think it's going to all work out in her favor, 1,000%. And I'm excited to see her journey, because I think this is also, it's kind of like, we always hear about people like, oh, I just quit my job and just leaped out on faith and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like she was kind of cornered into doing it, unfortunately. But it was what needed to happen.
And the thing is that the firm probably thought she was going to be like, okay, I'll stop recording. Joke's on you. Joke's on you. No, she was like, deuces. I hope they keep watching her and watch her be great and watch her excel.
And this says a lot, because obviously we don't know what she made as a first-year lawyer. And we know people make money on TikTok, but TikTok is not as reliable income, because sometimes your numbers are high, sometimes your numbers are low. So for her to leave a steady, guaranteed check weekly or bi-weekly because they wanted her to leave the passion that isn't as stable or guaranteed, and for her to be like, well, buy security and I'm gonna go to that passion, that just says a lot. And that just says how much she is meant to do this, and she needs to continue to do this, because not a lot of people would do that. A lot of people will be like, well, this is let me go to my 9 to 5, at least I know it's guaranteed. Baby, faith over fear. Always.
Faith over fear, man. As long as you have your faith, man, I always feel like God's gonna guide you down the right path, exactly where you need to be. You just have to really have faith. You can be shaking along the way. I'll be like, oh, God.
That's fine. You can be terrified. But I want you walking in faith.
Walking in faith.
That's it. Well, guys, that was all the catch up on social media land. Oh, perfect. We got right under an hour. So perfect. So yes, guys, me trying to see. This episode comes out. My birthday, we're back by now. We'll see how that goes. Oh, no, we're manifesting. It was a good trip.
It was a good trip. We had a good time.
Trip of celebration, reflection, fun, all of that. So we will get back to you on whenever we do that episode. And yeah, guys, enjoy your week. Enjoy life. It is officially spring. We're entering hot girl summertime. Okay?
It's shedding. Well, this year, I didn't get much of a winter because, you know, I'm on the warmer side. But I felt for my sis in the colds. But we on the warmer side over here. But it is actually summer. And it's actually spring now. And it's about to be summer soon. So I'm excited. I just feel so much better.
In the summertime, yes. I do. Well, now it's summer for you all the time. But yeah, I feel so much better. Yeah. So guys, once again, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Girlfriend's Guide podcast. Like we said earlier in the episode, go ahead and follow Tatis_testimonies. That's THATIS_testimonies to get a little sneak peek about what that upcoming episode, whenever it is going to be about. And then you know what? Melanin Monday is any given Sunday. Because if that is not the definition of, like I said, faith over fear and following the path you know deep inside God has given to you. And I think, especially with me and Ellie being in our 9-to-5 lives, but also this field and trying to grow it, especially this year with the good news that we got, she is a perfect example of, you got to believe in yourself or else no one else is. You got to believe that this is going to overcompensate for what that other person is telling you have to give up. So shout out to you.
You have to bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself. And that's what she did. And when I saw that, I was just kind of like, I was so proud of her. So she is our lovely Melanin Monday.
She deserves it.
She will be posted on our page. A clip will be posted of this conversation. We're going to tag her and sis. God bless you on this new journey.
Yes, and make sure you guys follow her, and make sure you guys follow her on TikTok and just support her, because I know she definitely needs it right now.
Yes. All right, guys. And that was our episode. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye, guys.